Welcome to this special 2014 BSCAI Convention ISSA Trade Show Tripodcast. Our special guest today is Ian Greig, who's the CEO of Daniels Associates, headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, Ian.
Well, thank you, Dick. I'm delighted to be here. It's going to rain all day today, but that's okay. We need it. I'm excited about the convention, and I'm excited about the potential of being able to speak to our clients and our potential clients about the 10 steps to 10,000 square feet an hour. Now, those of you who have collapsed hearing that can wait for a moment and come back, because this is the way we're going to be in the future. We're going to move to this point because of changes we've seen. I'll give you an example. 50% of my employees now work from home. I still have the same office space,
Yes.
but I don't need it cleaned to the extension that it needs to be cleaned when everybody is at work. It's a whole different world we're living in today, and we need to revamp it and relook at it in all ways. We're going to do day cleaning down the road, and we're going to do a couple of combinations of day cleaning where some is done during the day and some is at night. It's interesting that I converted Sears to day cleaning back in the 1980s, and we converted 950 stores, and then that moved into Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale, Saks, Macy's. All of them were converted from the people coming in at closing time of the store and working till 6 a.m. to starting at 6 a.m. and working until the store opened at 10, and then after that. So now we're looking at that as one of the options, but other options are that we need to look at the building today that we're seeing in the area of office buildings. Register, design the right specifications for it, which we have to do, talking with Daniels and talking with us about an engineering approach to the site. In other words, what do we really need to do here? Look at the carpets we have today that don't need the vacuuming that we did when footprints were the thing we were trying to remove from the carpet.
Exactly.
They're not there anymore. And so consequently, we can use a whole different system of vacuuming. We can use wide backs. We can use battery-powered technology, which is much faster. We don't want to plug in vacuum cleaners because, quite frankly, where do we plug them? In some cases, there aren't any sites available to us inside the cubicle areas of buildings without we crawl down on the floor under a desk to try and put a plug in. And sometimes people will unplug something that gives them the room to plug it in, and that shuts down something somebody was doing. So we tell clients, don't let the cleaning company do that for fear that we could damage something.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I've been there and done that.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it, especially when you unplug. In one of our customers in South Africa had a problem where they unplugged life support systems in a life support area for 5 patients and killed all of them, not realizing that the nursing station did not have the switches set to let the people know that they'd shut off their electricity. And then they plugged them back in again after they'd finished doing the floor, and we went over to find out if the person should be tried for murder, and as it turns out, they took it away and realized that it was an accident that shouldn't have happened.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's true. That's not made up. That happened some years ago when people just didn't realize that you shouldn't be unplugging their stuff to plug in your stuff.
Yep.
Because you just don't know what you're unplugging. And so we're looking now at a whole different approach to cleaning. Do we really need to clean the way we did when I started back in the late 70s, or actually the early 70s, 71?
Yes.
Do we need to do it that way anymore? Because in those days, we didn't have anything but an upright with a 50-foot cord or more, and we didn't have anything for the floors except stripping and refinishing the floors, whereas now we can use the diamond pads for vinyl as well as for other forms of flooring, and we don't need to put finish down on them, and we still get a great shine, a great gloss from the floor.
I have to tell you, Ian, I just had a conversation yesterday with a client of mine who I was telling him that when I started, I lost a large, I put in a proposal for a large account, and I told that client that I could clean 1,200 square feet an hour, and he wouldn't give it to me because he said nobody could clean that fast.
Oh, I know. I put down on a note here to myself that I looked at somewhere around 1,600 square feet an hour and thought that was incredibly high back in those days, or low, in the time needed. And now we're looking at 4,000 to 5,000 in most cases in office buildings and that type of facility. And now we can move it up to. And when I first started, I didn't just say, "Oh, we'll do 10,000 square feet." I looked at the square footages. I looked at the buildings. I did the workloads with these new systems, and all of a sudden I'm at 9,800, 10,100, 9,450, and it's all in that general area of the 10,000 square feet an hour for cleaning, and I was surprised. Matter of fact, the first time I saw it, I went back to make sure I hadn't made a mistake somewhere, and we haven't. It works, especially if you can go in and look at what cubicles are not operated every day. There's so many of them where the people live in the cubicle for work, but they're not in there every day. They're on the road, like my people.
Yeah, this is going to be, your session is going to be on Saturday mornings.
Yes.
November the 8th, 9:45 to 11.
Yep.
And, the title, 10 Steps to 10,000 Square Feet per Hour, plus the conversation we've just had, will bring a lot of people into that audience, into that room. So I'm excited to hear the session, and people that listen to this will be, because we're still having these conversations every day about what's production rate, and it's kind of like how long's a rope. But anyway, I'm real excited that you've taken the time today to speak with us about this session, because it just we're hearing it all the time, and so I just thank you for that. And again, let me remind everybody, Saturday, November the 8th, 9:45 to 11, at the Hilton Orlando. And remember that the ISSA trade show is Wednesday through Friday, November 5 to 7. And the BSCAI educational sessions, where Ian will be speaking, will be on Thursday through Saturday, November 6 to 8 at the Hilton. And then for those of you that are wanting to attend the bidding and estimating seminar, or want to take your CBSE or RBSS SM exams, they'll take place on Wednesday, November the 5th. So you can register at www.bscai.org, then click on the registration icon. Tripodcast listeners, whether they're BSCAI members or not, get the early bird registration rate whenever you happen to register, but I would suggest that you do it as soon as possible, because you'll also have the opportunity there to click on to the hotel and make your reservations there, and those rooms are going rapidly, I know. I just talked to headquarters, and they're going fast. But you enter the code T as in Tom, S as in Sam, D as in David, and that'll get you the special rate. So, Ian, again, I want to thank you for taking the time today, and just the few minutes that you spent talking with us here is going to generate a lot of interest and certainly a lot of attendees. So I look forward to seeing you there, and I look forward to seeing our listeners there.
I do also, and I know there's going to be a lot, because that rate is not based on what I think it might happen to come to. It's what we've got it at right now.
Yeah, and that's important, and I'm glad you mentioned that again. It's not you didn't start out saying, well, we got to get to 10,000. You're saying we got there because you workloaded it based on today's technology.
Absolutely.
Real
That's
life.
what we do.
Yeah. And so
I look forward to seeing you in November.
Yes, looking forward to it. Thanks to all of our listeners as well.
Thank you so much, and thank you for everything. Look forward to talking with you in November. Everybody to be there. Bye-bye now.
Bye.